Hi, it's Kylie Bertucci, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia with you again today. And firstly, I want to thank you very much for following my previous videos. It's really nice to see the support, and that's keeping me going. So I've got another tutorial for you today with a few techniques and little ideas on how I made one of my cards this week. So the card that I wanted to show you is actually this one here. And it's using the new It's Wild stamp set, which you tend to sort of look at and think straight away that it needs to be like a zebra. But you can see from my card that just by mixing up the colours a little bit, it can really change the whole look of it. Now, I've used the Stampin' markers, and I just wanted to show you a few ideas. You can see from the card, and we will get closer to it when you come into my craft room, but you can see that the colours aren't as true as what it would be if it was stamping, but I like the look of it. It's a little bit faded and it gives it a really nice look. So when it comes to doing big images, I wanted to show you how to use your markers. Come on in and we'll have a look. Okay, so let's have a look at how I did this card. So firstly with the markers, because I used some lighter colours like the pool party, one thing that I learnt the hard way after making sure that I coloured everything in and finished and stamped was that I realised that my stamp cleaner wasn't too clean. So I don't know if you can see that there, but the pool party has basically streaks of red through it. So one thing that you need to make sure that if you're using lighter colours is that your Stampin' scrub is nice and clean. Many of you will probably know how to clean this, but in case you don't, you basically just run it under hot water with a bit of soap and just scrub that all out. You'll see all the ink run out until it runs clear, and then you can just dry it by dabbing a towel on. I know some people who do remove the actual mats from it, and you can, there's no issues with that. But because this is plastic, I just keep it in and then dry it just so that it's nice and quick and ready to use for the next time. So that's just a little tip that I learnt the hard way and thought I'd pass on. Now another thing with the markers, it's pretty much okay when you're dealing with the lighter markers. I was going to make one of those awful noises like chalk on a chalkboard. But one thing that I have learnt, with the lighter colours it's easier, but with these darker colours, so see this big one here, and I used Bermuda Bay to do that. One thing that you need to keep in mind is trying to stay in the one direction and also not going backwards. So don't go back over it. If you do, it tends to, rather than fill in the colour, it tends to take away the colour. So just very carefully trying to keep in the one direction, and I found that that gave a nicer, crisper image. We can come back to this section a bit later, but at least you're keeping in the same vein. Now one thing that I noticed on my card was that it has little bits missing. It's not as crisp as I mentioned in the introduction. It's not as crisp as if you would stamp it, but I actually really like that effect, and I think particularly with this stamp set that is so large, it's nice to have a few, I'm going against my word, see how it pushes the ink away. So anyway, you can see here, see how it's got like those little bits missing, and it's, yeah, sort of not perfect. But yeah, as I said, it's a really nice little technique. Now you've noticed I haven't put this on a block. The reason why, I'll use my old version just as a little guide. But what I like to do is actually, oh no, I did bring a piece here. I'm more organised than I thought. So yeah, just put this on top with background markers and then bring your block to it. Sorry, my block's very dirty. Gets a lot of use. And just push on top, and then you remove your block, and then you'll see there's your colours. So as you can see, so there's a bit of pooling there, but I think, yeah, with this look, it's just the type of thing that you're going for. It's not going to be the same as stamping, but I really like it. And then I've just cut the different lengths just to give it a little bit of a point of difference and break up the pattern a bit. But you could even just have one on one side and then keep this side blank. It's really up to you. So I hope those little techniques will help you to get the most out of your Stampin' Up! Markers. A tutorial and tips today using this card and just the markers. So if you live in Australia and you'd like to purchase some of the markers, I do actually have a special club that I run that enables you to get this whole set of the many marvellous markers, and it just means that you can break it up so that you're not having to spend a huge amount all at once, or if you can't wait, just get the whole lot, and you'll get the case as well with it. So if you have any questions, I'll put some more details up, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss any more of my tutorials and tips, and I hope to see you in my marker club soon. Thanks everyone, bye.